Breaking news: a magnitude 6.9 earthquake shook Japan and triggered a small tsunami in Miyazaki Prefecture. Here is the full report. Japan was again rocked by a major earthquake on Monday night, January 13, 2025. This time, a magnitude 6.9 earthquake struck Miyazaki Prefecture in southwestern Japan. This strong shock not only shook the land area, but also triggered a small tsunami as high as 20 centimeters. The Japan Meteorological Agency (GMA) quickly issued a tsunami warning for Miyazaki and Kochi prefectures. According to official report, the epicenter was at a depth of about 30 kilometers below the sea. Although relatively small in size, the tsunami was enough to create panic in coastal areas. The earthquake occurred at 9:19 p.m. The earthquake occurred at 9:19 p.m. local time. The epicenter was located off the coast of Miyazaki, precisely at coordinates 31.78 degrees north latitude and 131.54 degrees east longitude. The depth of the earthquake or epicenter was detected to be about 30 kilometers from the sea surface, indicating that this earthquake is in the shallow category. Tiara, director of Earthquake and Tsunami at Meteorology, Climatology and Geofisika Agency (BMKG), revealed that the earthquake was triggered by Nankai subduction activity, an area where tectonic plates collide. He added the Miyazaki earthquake was a type of shallow earthquake with a thrust fault mechanism. Reports from various international media indicate that the earthquake was felt strongly throughout southwestern Japan. The Japanese seismic scale recorded an intensity of lower 5 in several cities such as Takanabe and Shintomi. The GMA immediately issued a 1-meter tsunami early warning just 10 minutes after the earthquake occurred. This warning applied to Miyazaki and Kochi prefectures given their geographical proximity to the epicenter. The first tsunami was reported at Miyazaki port at 9:48 p.m. local time, with a height of 20 centimeters. A few minutes later, a similar tsunami was detected in Nichinan at 10:04 p.m. local time. The local government immediately urged residents to stay away from the coastline and evacuate to higher ground. This mitigation effort was carried out to minimize the risk of casualties and material loss. To date, there have been no reports of significant damage or casualties from this earthquake. An HK television station reported that daily activity in Miyazaki and Kochi prefectures began to return to normal on Tuesday morning. However, some residents reported that they felt strong shaking for a few seconds. Many chose to stay in temporary shelters given the potential for frequent aftershocks in the region. This earthquake was categorized as a shallow tectonic earthquake that occurred due to the movement of tectonic plates in the Nankai subduction zone. The thrust fault mechanism detected indicates that one of the tectonic plates is moving upward against the other plate. According to Tiara, this mechanism often triggers large earthquakes in Japan and East Asia. This earthquake is a reminder of the potential for disasters that often occur in Japan, a country located in the Pacific Ring of Fire. Seismologists continue to monitor the situation, and the public is urged to remain vigilant and follow the direction of the authorities. This is our report on the earthquake in Miyazaki. Thank you for listening and stay alert for official information from local authorities.
On 28 March 2025 at precisely 50 past 12 p.m. local time, a powerful earthquake measuring 7.7 on the Richter scale struck Myanmar. with its epicenter located near cities of Mandalay and Sagaing. The quake originated at the shallow depth of approximately 10 kilometers, unleashing intense shaking that devastated the central region of Myanmar. The tremors were so strong that they were felt hundreds of kilometers away in Bangkok, the capital city of Thailand. The earthquake occurred along the Sagaing Fault, a well-known active fault line that has historically been the source of major seismic events in the region. With a magnitude of 7.7 and a shallow focal depth of about 10 kilometers, the quake generates extremely powerful ground shaking. Seismologists have noted that the surface rupture extends approximately 460 kilometers, making it one of the longest ruptures ever recorded for an earthquake of this magnitude. This extensive rupture caused significant ground displacement, with some areas experiencing shifts of up to 5 meters, exacerbating damage to infrastructure and buildings in the affected zones. In the days following the main shock, numerous aftershocks were reported, some with magnitudes large enough to cause additional damage. Experts have warned residents to remain vigilant for these aftershocks, which pose ongoing risk to already weakened structures. The earthquake has tragically claimed the lives of over 3,700 people in Myanmar, injured thousands more, and displaced countless families due to the destruction of homes and critical infrastructure such as roads, bridges, and public facilities. Although the epicenter was located deep within Myanmar, the effects of the earthquake were profoundly felt in Bangkok, Thailand. The city, which is not typically prone to seismic activity, experienced widespread panic as buildings swayed violently. Residents rushed out of high-rise buildings and residential areas, many running into the streets with expressions of fear and confusion. One of the most tragic consequences in Bangkok was the sudden collapse of 33-story building under construction near the bustling Catwalk Market, one of the large and busiest markets in the city. The building's unexpected fall caused chaos and panic in the surrounding area. At least 9 people lost their lives in these incidents, and dozens of construction workers were trapped beneath the rubble, prompting a high-risk and intensive rescue operation. In addition to the building collapse, several other structures in Bangkok sustained damage. Notably, a luxury hotel experienced severe shaking that caused its rooftop swimming pool to the overflow, with water cascading down the sides of the building. Videos circulating on social media captured the dramatic scene, heightening the sense of alarm during the earthquake. A critical factor that was damaged in Bangkok was the city's soft soil composition. The predominance of soft sedimentary ground caused seismic waves to slow down and amplify, intensifying the shaking experienced by buildings. Many other buildings constructed before 2009, when earthquake-resistant building codes were less stringent, suffered significant damage. Even newer buildings employing the flat slab construction method, which is now considered vulnerable in seismic zones, were affected, as evidenced by the collapse near Catwalk Market.
scramble to rescue survivors. Every minute counts with hundreds still trapped under the rubble all over the center of Myanmar. This one is a happy outcome, but many hundreds are still stuck deep under the mounds of mangled concrete, and panic keeps striking in Mandalay, so close to the epicenter. A series of powerful aftershocks, including one registering at a 5.1 magnitude, briefly stalling rescuers. There is a devastation everywhere. At this monastery, the earthquake demolished an entire wing where nearly 200 monks were writing an exam. Rescuers are using drastic means to get to whomever might be still alive. I can't describe how sad I feel, Frelamang Bonituta says. I'm at a loss when I see all this destruction. Foreign rescue teams are slowly getting into the country, largely isolated from the world. But severe lack of medical supplies and heavily damaged roads make the progress difficult. And aid
What
organizations
we're
are
seeing
sounding the
here in
alarm.
Myanmar is a level of devastation that hasn't been seen over a century in Asia.
With the death toll already so high, projections show it could top 10,000 people. And the crucial window before rescue becomes recovery will close soon, experts say. In Bangkok, more than 1,000 kilometers from the epicenter, heavy machinery was brought in, but a high-rise building under construction collapsed in seconds and trapped dozens of workers. Families wait and watch, helpless and exhausted. This family of 20 members strong has been sleeping here since hours after the quake hit. Ganigan, with his husband, Yoten, was on the 24th floor working as an electrician. I'll wait here as long as it takes until we find him, she says. Our youngest son asks where his daddy gone. I tell him that mommy will bring daddy home.
Salima, what's the latest on the rescue effort where you are?
Well, it's very much a race against the clock. We are soon to hit the 72-hour mark after the earthquake, when the survival rates dropped more sharply. And in Myanmar, there are further complications. The country is on the grips of a civil war. The military junta, which seized power in 2021, controls less than a third of the country. And even after the quake hit, Myanmar residents reported that the military has continued to drop bombs on several areas in Myanmar. And so this natural disaster is the worst of the region has seen in a century. I am Zhillan Radja Putra reporting from Myanmar. Thank you.
Good night. My name is Wyra Hutagalung, and tonight we are looking back at one of the most powerful natural disasters in modern history. All across northern Japan, they felt it. A violent, magnitude 9.0 earthquake on March 11, 2011. It was centered about 80 miles offshore and tsunami warning went up immediately. In the coastal cities, people knew what to do next. Run to higher ground. It's from this vantage, point on hills and in tall buildings, that incredible footage was captured. In Kesanuma, people retreat to high-rise rooftop and could only watch in horror as tsunami waves inundate their city, knocking buildings into rubble and mixing into a kind of tsunami soup filled with vehicle, building parts, and contents. Seawater cascade over seawalls and into cities. This video shows the water rushing over an 18-foot seawall in the Comedy City. The seawall here was the world's deepest and largest, but not enough for the magnitude of the March 11 disaster. It was the largest earthquake ever known in Japan and one of the 5 largest reported in the world. More than 28,000 people are confirmed dead or missing. When two tectonic plates pushed together under the sea, the resulting earthquake sends an enormous burst of energy up through the ocean, displacing enormous quantities of water. With the upward motion, a series of wave expands in all directions. In deep water, these waves travel fast up to 500 miles an hour, but only reach a height of a few feet of passing ship might not even notice. But as the waves enter shallows, water friction with the ocean floor lowers the waves' speed but raises them. This video is from a Japan Coast Guard confronting a tsunami wave in shallow water on March 11, and a rare view from the air. Video of the tsunami wave approaching the shoreline. In Japan, some tsunami waves reach as far as 3 miles inland. Japan may be the most seismologically studied country in the world, and with more than 1,200 high-precision GPS stations, a geophysicist at the University of Alaska used the data to create a visualization of the March 11 quake. The waves of displacement that you see were moving as fast as 5 miles per second. In this photo, the ripples of tsunami waves are seen moving upstream in the Naka River at Hitachi Naga City. New technology left an enormous amount of visual evidence for studying years to come and can perhaps help us better understand the powerful of earthquakes and tsunamis and prevent loss of life in the future. That's from us tonight. I am Wyra Hutagalung. Until next time, stay informed, stay prepared. Thank you.
Good morning viewer, you are watching with me, Muhaimin Albaar from STMKG TV. We will bring you the most update news about earthquake Turkey. And here's the news. An earthquake measuring 6.2 magnitude rocked the Marmara Sea area near the western side of Istanbul, Turkey on Wednesday, 23 March for local time. The earthquake was first throughout Istanbul and caused panic among residents who rushed out onto the street. Turkey Interior Minister Ali Yerlikaya said the epicenter was in the Silivri area of the Marmara Sea, Istanbul. The earthquake was also felt in other areas around Istanbul, including Silivri and Büyükçekmece. Turkish Disaster Management and Emergency Management Agency (AFAT) reported that the earthquake occurred at 12:49 local time. Until now, there have been no report of building damage or casualties. The FAD team and other related institutes immediately conducted a field survey to check the impact of the earthquake factor. That was the news for today. Thanks for watching. I am Muhaimin Albaar. See you.